We all dream of a perfect life, but does such a thing truly exist? And what does a perfect life even mean? Perhaps the Seder table holds the answers, sharing its wisdom through traditional symbols. At the center of our Seder table, three elements stand: Pesach, Matzah and Maror. Three simple foods, three profound truths, three perspectives on life itself. First we have Pesach. It's the emblem of triumph and royalty. Imagine the scene: enslaved in Egypt, surrounded by hostile neighbors who sneer, doubt, and loathe the Israelites. Yet, in an act of fearless defiance, we take the lamb, which is their sacred deity, and slaughter it as an offering, not in secret, not in shame, boldly, proudly, knowing that freedom is coming. And at the grand finale of the Seder, this offering becomes the rich man's dessert, a celebration of Jewish greatness, eaten as royalty by royalty. Contrast that with Maror, a taste so harsh it forces us to pause. The bitterness burns, like the agony of servitude, the chains of oppression, the humiliation of exile. The suffering of our ancestors in Egypt was relentless and real. The Maror reminds us of our most painful and bitter times. And then there is the matzah, a paradox baked into a single piece of unleavened bread. On the one hand, it's the bread of affliction, the poor man's bread, the food of suffering. On the other hand, it embodies a divine revelation so powerful that even the dough could not rise. It's the bread of slaves, yet the Kabbalists call it the bread of faith and the bread of healing. And this mystery deepens with the middle matzah, the whole matzah destined to be broken. At the beginning of the Seder, we break it into two uneven pieces. The smaller fragment returns to its place between the two matzahs, destined to be looked at and viewed as we recite the story of our pain, struggle, and hardships. The larger piece is hidden away for the afikomen, the symbol of redemption, of the future, the greatness that awaits. But how can this be? How can one single matzah divided into two embody opposite realities? To answer this, let's take a journey to the trenches of Okopy, Poland in the year 1698. A boy is born into crushing poverty. A boy whose family literally has to dig their home into the trenches at the outskirts of the city. A life so humble, so bleak, it seems impossible that greatness could arise. Yet that boy grows, and he does not merely rise from the trenches. He becomes the Baal Shem Tov, one of the most influential Jewish leaders in history. One man, two parts to his life. A beginning in the depths, followed by an ascension so radiant, its echoes still shape the Jewish world today. And so let's return to the matzah, to ourselves. We were born pure, like a perfect round matzah, untouched and whole. But life does not allow us to remain unbroken. Innocence fades, struggles arise, heartache leaves its mark. Some carry wounds from childhood neglect. Others bear scars from abuse by a parent, by a teacher, by a cruel twist of fate. For some, it's loneliness, the endless search for a spouse, the pain for waiting to build a family. For others, it's the weight of financial burdens, the endless battle to find stability. Each of us holds a broken piece of matzah. Yet, never should we make the mistake of believing that the smaller piece is your full story. Never assume that hardship defines you, because the larger piece exists. The afikomen is hidden, but it's still yours. The beauty inside you, the giving, loving, unbreakable soul, your blessings, your gifts, your wisdom, your divine spark still intact, waiting to radiate and illuminate. Even if right now that side of you is concealed, it's destined to emerge. One life with two parts. One matzah with two meanings. If today you feel trapped in the trenches, if hope seems distant, know this: Min ha-meitzar korasi ko ononi ba-merchavko. From my distress I called out to God, and He answered me with expansiveness. Your afikomen is there, and it's the larger piece. The pain you live with is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of the next chapter. A chapter of happiness, wealth, royalty and true joy. This realization, my friends, is a perfect life. The beautiful round matzah we are born cannot remain unbroken. For the most part, it doesn't exist. But to recognize the broken pieces for what they are and live with trust that the largest piece, the afikomen, will emerge, is living a wholesome life. May Hashem bless you and every one of us with a chag kosher v'sameach. I wish you a good Shabbos.